Hey, so I just want to say hi, everyone. Thanks for coming to the Dash Community Call. This is our 81st meeting together. And so in September, we'll have been meeting for about 2 years. So that's interesting fun fact. And so I didn't get a chance to type up the notes last week, but I will. I'm kind of like a one-woman show sometimes, and I've been getting a lot of hardware work done. So the administrativa has taken a little bit of a backseat. So I'm pretty hands-on, in the lab and with the different pieces of hardware. So sometimes if you see me fall down in one area, I'm excelling in a different area. Just kidding. So here are the notes from last week. um, and, and I'll send these out. So let's see if we have anyone new this week. So I saw last week, Hanif, that you kind of came in later. And so I meant to ping you, but I should probably go over that we talked about whether we really needed those ACL tags and could we remove the requirement. And we kind of agreed that we probably don't need them. And so we put in a work item to go ahead and remove that information from P4 as well. So all the technology providers kind of got together and decided, given the memory optimization or lack thereof, we don't need them. So just catch you up on that. And
Thanks a lot, Christina. Yeah, thanks for the recap.
Oh yeah, that's no
Catch up,
problem.
Yeah.
No
So
problem. Then we had guy from Microsoft. His name's Kamil Kudnik. He's over in Europe, and he's been kind of working on the back end of the repo, doing some cleanup. And so he joined for about 20 minutes and told us what he's been doing. Just again, I'm not a developer or coder, but he's been doing some reconciliation to make little changes and big changes to make sure things work well. So if you needed, reviews or anything, help him out. And so things like that. And so um let's see. Then I did, Vincent, I followed up and I believe I found the PR where Petrosaur, also known as Z, had the PR that tied in with the ones that you were talking about. And I can find it real quick here. Let me find it. I think I put the wrong comment. Maybe I fixed it in the let me pull this up here. Did you see my comment in the issue, Vincent?
I don't have time to check, sorry.
No, I'll check it for you. It's okay. I got it. Was it? It was. Which one was it again? It was. Not this one.
No.
Here we go. There we go. The ones at the bottom.
Correct.
Let me see. Okay, I have it. Let me check my email real quick. Or actually, while I'm doing that, did you guys have a PR or an issue you wanted to bring up today or a Q&A? How about that? Oh, I found it. Okay, I found it. I'm sorry, I went back. I found it. Is it okay if I bring it up, Chris?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. So, Vincent, Z said, so it was, he said he discussed the issue with his upper level management and with Marian offline, and just pull this over here. Current P4 code has a mismatch to SAI. It's a list of proof. Can you see my screen? Vincent?
Yeah, reading it now.
Okay, cool. 2 solutions to achieve our goal.
I mean, it sounds to me the consensus is, yeah, we shouldn't have a compile flag. But that requires BMv2 work.
Okay, should I write that into the issue here?
I
Or-
guess you could copy and paste his email into the issue, and
I will.
I don't know where we go from there, but at least
Okay.
it should be tracked. You know,
Yeah.
it's not urgent. It just should be tracked. That's all.
Okay, I will do that. I had forgotten to do that this week. I don't know if you remember at the front of the call, I was saying that I was doing some hardware work this week, and so I forgot to keep up on some administrative stuff. So I'll put that in there. So sorry about that, but I did follow up, so I feel like I should get points for that.
Yeah,
So-
no, thanks. I
Okay,
appreciate it.
yay. Okay, all right. Chris, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I just wanted to follow up on pull request PR 422,
Mm-hmm.
the dash underlay
Mm-hmm.
enhancements that Amit made.
Yeah.
And it's been waiting review. No one else has chosen.
Yeah, it's
to
been
review.
like 2 or 3 weeks now. Yeah.
Yeah, so if we could just merge that, if there's no.
Oh, actually, I looked at it and it's fine. Probably I forgot to put my approval, but I
Oh.
did review.
That would be nice. Would you mind doing that just for the record?
1 second. The number is 422.
Yeah. Oh, thank you
22.
for looking at it.
That's cool. Thanks, Marian. And anyone new on the call have a question about this one? This was the first swing at doing the underlay routing. Was it between 2 ports, Chris?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So, you know, there's, what was it, the hairpinning, Chris? We have to make a decision at some point, you know, when we want a hairpin, or, you know, how are we going to do that? And all that information is here inside of the PR. It's actually pretty interesting, and what we wanted to use to do that. So it's a pretty good one. Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, well, Amit's implemented that. He was actually an intern and he's actually already completed his term. So
Mhm.
this was, we really tried hard to get this in last week before
Yeah.
last day, and
Yeah.
merge it would be nice. Thank you for approving, Marianne, and reviewing.
Great.
Great. That's all I had to say.
Okay, all right. Anyone, so that's great. Did anyone else on the call have a PR issue they wanted to pull up or talk about? Let's see what, so I didn't see any new ones come through this week. It is August though, so that's, a lot of people are kind of taking time and rest over the summertime. So these are the PRs, ECHO tags, and gee, we know about all of these. Oopsie, I made a mistake.
Yeah, Apple tags is almost complete. That's
Oh, yeah.
removal from VM.
Yeah.
There is, I think there is still a test failing, but I will need to rerun it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought it's supposed to pass from the
Mhm.
logs. Maybe there is some other issue.
Mhm.
So it's, yeah.
Yeah.
We basically reverted manually.
Yeah. And then, and that's pretty much tied to that. Okay. And then Murcha is out. I think, oh no, he's here. Murcha, are you in or out?
I'm in office today, so I'm working. I'm
You're
here.
in. Okay. All right. And so I remember you opened this one, and this one was more definition based. Did you want to talk about this one at all?
No, if people want to comment, I mean, I quoted there 2 RFCs and one from Microsoft own information.
Mhm.
Yeah, at the point that should align on what the definition to be clear.
Okay. Maybe this is for me to take back internally then to the SDN or the VNet team? Because you're seeing,
At this moment, I don't think we need to do anything, because as the devices come with a Dash API and I query the stat via Dash, if I see 2 devices reporting, you know, one, let's say 10 million, 120, although it's same thing, then I'll report it as a bug at that time. So
okay.
people should take a note of it now, and when I'll see it happening, I'll report it as a bug.
Okay,
But
sounds
shouldn't
good.
there be a something in a specification somewhere that lays it down clearly? Isn't that the goal to have it defined?
Yeah, that will be the goal.
So limited by a start and stop, metered, da da da. Okay. All right, and I'll have Gerald take a look at this too. Okay. And so unless there's nothing else, I see someone new on the call, David Harris, and so I don't think we've met before. So is there anything I can help you with or introduce you to the project?
Nope, I just have been keeping tabs on things, working with Reshma and then the
Oh, so Intel, okay,
yep,
great.
from Intel.
Well, I'm Krisney at Microsoft.com, Krisney, kind of like Disney, Krisney like Disney. And so you can always reach out, or we have this call, we have a behavioral model call on Thursdays. So it's nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Yep, and we have Rob. Rob is my counterpart. Cisco, we got. So, okay, well, we don't have anyone else new. Yakov, did you have anything you wanted to talk about today?
Nope, thanks.
Okay, all right. And then we have a member from the SONiC team. So we've got Riff. Riff, is there anything you wanted to bring up today or share?
Nope.
Okay. Okay. And so we do have, I don't know if y'all saw, but we do have Gohan created the Smart Switch Linux Foundation meeting that I've been going to, and it's every Thursday, but it bounces between morning sessions and evening sessions. And is it today, Riff, at 10? Or tomorrow at 10, I mean? Tomorrow's Thursday. It might be, I think it's tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Yep.
or Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. And I'm going to those. I don't run that meeting, but I do attend just because I enjoy hardware and the Smart Switch is my project. So, you know, if
Tomorrow
anyone,
at 9
Huh?
for the smart switch.
what's that?
Tomorrow at 9 on the
Okay.
smart.
Okay, yeah. So if anyone's interested in that, Gohan has that project out there, or if you need the information, I could probably find it for you. So, yeah, that's all I have for today. Does anyone else have anything?
Hey, Christine, this is Bud.
Yeah. Hey, bud.
Hey, just a question. This is maybe directed toward Marion on the service tunnel feature. I started looking into that last week, and I was looking at the saiapi and the P4 code for it. So when service tunnel creates an IPv6 address from an IPv4 address, the HLD says it does it by using the 96 upper bits of the IPv6 configured address and the 32 bits of the packets address. In the P4 code and in the saiapi, there's another field which is like a mask to apply. And I didn't see, I mean, and I think the intention of the mask is to make that split between the two, not 3296 fixed, but variable. I didn't see any requirement for that in the HLD. I was wondering where that came from.
Right, there is no requirement. It's just I tried to make API a little bit more future-proof, like do it more more in line with
Proactively?
yeah, kind of like more in line with things like basically allowing to encode more data than is defined by service tunnel. But you can assume that if it's the service tunnel that is defined in the SONiC spec, there is a fixed length that will be and a fixed split that will be done. But API, it's a little bit, it allows for a bit more flexibility.
Okay. All right, thanks.
Awesome, thanks, and welcome back, Did you have a nice time off?
It was really good.
Awesome.
I had a nap almost every afternoon.
Awesome. I had one day off yesterday and it was awesome.
I had another thought. We have issue 399, and I was wondering if Andy had any comments on that. Vivian Ruffy
399.
noticed.
Sorry,
some-
I've been lurking and haven't looked at
Okay.
399 recently.
Okay,
Oh,
Foofy.
At the
Yeah.
very end, there's a question to Andy. It's actually a curious thing. I finally tracked down what I think the problem is.
So
if you might,
is this issue why there's an if-def for calculating the packet lengths that's different for DPDK versus V1 model?
it's not why is there, it's that there seems to be a path that can't be taken in the code. And the initial implementation had a long expression with conditionals in it, which always got executed. But the way you broke it down to a series of statements resulted in one expression that's never tested, or it's one path that's never yielded and exposed kind of a dead code path. Only in that case. That's my analysis. And so we can probably just refactor the code and get rid of it, but I really wanted to check with you.
Okay, sorry, I hadn't. I see you ping me on it, but I either
maybe look at
didn't,
you can look at it offline. No urgency.
Fine.
But
yeah, no, I didn't. I probably got an email and it probably fell off the top of my inbox and didn't get a look at it yet.
Well, if there was a day between Sunday and Monday, I'm sure you would have got to it then.
This is issue 399 on the public dash repo. Okay, I'll take a look at it now.
Okay, thank you. Just loose ends, little ones.
Awesome. Okay. Anyone else for today?
Hi, Kristen. This is Amit.
Yeah. Hi, Amit.
Yeah, I mean, is it good to merge the code? I think you forgot to merge the code, or is it still open for the reviewers to look into it? The 422 PR.
We already talked about it earlier. Were you in the discussion?
He may have joined late. I think he
little late. I have joined, Chris.
Yeah, we did get a
there's
review and it looks like it's going to get a merge, Amit.
Oh, okay.
Yay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we really appreciate. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. So I do promise I'll write notes this week. I'll do it. And unless anyone new on the call has Q&A or anything they want to ask, I can give time back. And Honey, if you good?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just had one quick question
Sure.
for this SONiC subgroup from Linux Foundation on Smart Switch.
Okay.
What's the charter of that? Do you know?
What's the charter? Marian, do you have a quick summary while I look for the email, or no?
I'm sorry, what do you mean by that?
The charter of the Linux Foundation subgroup for Smart Switch.
What do you mean by charter?
Let me find it real quick here.
What do they plan to discuss, and what do they want to achieve, out of that particular,
Oh yeah. So as you may know, that software architecture for Smart Switch will be different from software architecture of DPU SONiC as a standalone, right? So the work group is focused on solving all these issues, starting from questions like how the box management is supposed to work, to the control plane software architecture, to differences in high availability for Smart Switch, which also is different from an SDN appliance. So that's the focus. Although the feature set in terms of traffic scenarios is the same, the way that the software is defined for smart switch will be different. So that's what we're trying to solve.
Okay, so no, thanks for the recap. So Marianne, some of this we also discuss here as well. So probably some of it will intersect with the work that we are doing, but it's just that in SONiC subgroup for smart switch, it will be more focused on the SONiC dash point of view, just for the smart switch and not for the appliance or perhaps the standalone DPU. Correct?
Yeah, so here's the difference. This community is focused on Dash, and our goal is to have Dash APIs agreed so that everyone can do the implementation. There is this gray area of SONiC because we have SONiC design in here. There will be something. So the SONiC design here essentially provides you, I think the main goal here would be to define an application DB schema. But the goal in the smart switch community is how do you properly consume that schema. So there is this gray area. I don't know how exactly it will be split because SONiC design is discussed partly here, partly there. I don't know exactly.
Yeah. And I think
how
too,
it will be
the features like the traffic. I think, Marian, too, the traffic patterns will be discussed here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Dash.
Yeah, that's Dash. And although some of the platform and resource and telemetry and stuff started to be talked about here, maybe he wanted to expand it into this to get more minds behind it. I don't know. But can you see this, honey, Phil?
Sorry, I'm driving right now, so I'll take a look at it. Probably the recording part of it, but
yeah, here's the there's only been 2 meetings so far, and like last week they talked about how to assign an IP address using DHCP, and then what happens when like a card is pulled or goes down or something, and how to associate the MAC and what API they're using to associate the MAC to the IP, if I'm remembering correctly what happened. So that's as far as we got in the last meeting. So just stuff like that. Like tactical stuff.
That's pretty helpful. No, thank you so much, guys, for bringing me up to speed on that.
Yeah, that's no problem. It's pretty interesting. Yeah. Anyway, thanks, Marian. That was helpful. And so again, I attend those as I can. I mean, for the most part, I have no life, so I have nothing to do on Thursday nights. So yeah, every other Thursday night. So anyone else have anything for today? Okay. Then I'll go ahead and, Rob, did you have anything, Mr. Murphy?
No, I'm all good, Christina.
You're
Thank
good?
you.
Okay, all right, then I can give back 1/2 hour, which is good. Let me check the chat real quick, just to make sure I'm added a comment. Okay, got it. Okay, well then, thanks everybody. I'll stop the recording and I'll go ahead and post meeting notes maybe by Friday. And I hope you have a good rest of the week.
Thanks, Christina.
Yeah, I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.